The tough times continue for the Lakers. A tough loss tonight in Denver has dropped their winning streak to 4 straight losses and deep down in the Western Conference. But what an effort tonight by a shorthanded team. They have 3 players announced out prior to the start of this game, but they still put up a good fight. But they fell short tonight in Denver. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk. This is our Lakers post-game show. Alongside with Jesus, I am Ed. Welcome. Well, the Lakers try to get things going, trying to end this 3-game losing streak, but unfortunately, they were shorthanded and they fell tonight in Denver. And partner, what did you think about tonight's game?
Yeah, the Lakers coming into this game, despite missing 4 starters and 2 key reserves, uh, they were shorthanded, but they competed hard and nearly won it until a few late miscues as we get to the highlights in a bit. Yeah, battle. I didn't think nobody was going to think it was going to be this close. Many thought it was going to be a blowout, but the Lakers gave it their all, and many key role players contributed tonight.
Lakers are going to be boarding the plane tonight and they'll be coming back home. They'll take on the Phoenix Suns Sunday here in Los Angeles. Hopefully, they'll have some players back. But if you're ready for the highlights, partner, let's go at it. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do
All
it.
right, here we go. At the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Lakers looking to end a 3-game losing streak after losing last night at after losing last night in the other city. Lost my tongue there. Lakers lose. And now they have the Nuggets. But here before the game, a lot of players did not play. Finney Smith didn't play. Vincent didn't play because of a coach's decision. Coach JJ Redick took him out of the lineup. So Luka Doncic didn't play either. So it's bad enough you lost your starters, but now you lost more players. So let's see how the Lakers did here as we start things off in the first quarter. They came out balling though. You see Austin Reaves hits a three. The Lakers go up 3-2. How about that shot, partner?
Yeah, Reeves had to have a big night. He was the main role player tonight.
Lakers lost big in Milwaukee last night. They're trying to get going here. They're up 10-5 here, but Denver just started making the Lakers pay. Again, you see that defense continues to struggle for LA as Gordon goes in for a dunk. Next Laker possession up by 3. Austin Reaves hands it over to Vanderbilt, and he takes it in with the left hand. Lakers go up by 5. Partner, a good start for LA.
Yeah, great start for LA. Great start.
Meanwhile, the Lakers defense continues to struggle as you see Jokic, one of those big players on Denver. He gets in there. We talked about him last night, partner. We predicted that he was going to have a big game.
Yeah, we did, and as we get to it near, he kind of had a okay night.
And you see right there, Jokic gets the rebound and he takes it in. Lakers still up though by 4. Later on, first quarter, here's Knecht who jumps over, almost runs into Jokic, and he just lays it up, and the Lakers go up. Later on, it's now a 3-point lead, and here's a turnover by the Lakers, and here comes the Nuggets, the alley-oop over to Russell Westbrook, an ex-Laker. It's now a 1-point game. The Lakers still responded back. Austin Reaves goes all the way in past Jokic, and they're up by 3, and very strong first quarter for LA, partner.
Yeah, it seems like Austin Reeves had the ball in every Lakers offensive possession.
You see a quick laser pass there, and Watson gets the point. Still first quarter, and we've seen the Lakers, they got up to strong starts in the first quarter, but not able to maintain in the second quarter, which we'll talk about later on here. Later on, first quarter, Jokic is inside being double teamed. Check this out. He throws it up in the foul. It's now an 8-point Laker lead. Next possession for the Nuggets. Westbrook, the ex-Laker, taking it to his ex-team. A 3 brings him within 5. But the Lakers again, transition offense. You see the 3 like by
Bronny
Bronny
James.
James. Little LeBron James got called up, and his 3 in a while. Later on, Westbrook in the second quarter. Second quarter gets a 3. Lakers up 2. Later on, Westbrook has it again. He's being triple teamed. Finds an inside man. That was Najee, and it's still Lakers are still up, partner. And you see Denver on his next possession. Look who it is, Jokic. Call his number. And we've seen this in the past against the Lakers, partner.
Yeah, despite being down short, I think the Lakers did good. They scored 40 points in the first quarter, but I think the Nuggets kind of laid back, but they were still fighting back in that second quarter as we're going through the highlights.
Later on in the first quarter, they're down five. Knecht with a layup brings the Lakers back within three. We mentioned the second quarter has always been a bad luck for the Lakers so far in this losing streak. Now they're up. They're down seven. Next possession for Denver. What Russell Westbrook thinks about it, he throws it up and he hits it. Russell Westbrook taking it to his old team. It's now 68-59. Check this play out by Austin Reaves. He just throws it up like nothing and a foul, a 3-point play. What was your reaction to that shot?
Yeah, Austin Reaves is so good at getting contact and those and one plays.
Lakers show by 5.5. Let's go to the second half. Denver kicks it off with Gordon for a three. They're down up by 9. Aaron Gordon had 15 points, but Lakers continue to keep it close. It's now an 8-point deficit. Meanwhile, Porter takes it inside. Now the lead is 10. Here comes Denver again, partner. And what's going on here? The Lakers just stood still there, partner.
Yeah, a lot of miscommunication still with a lot of bench players playing together with the starting
Yeah.
rotation.
Murray just went around them, and now here's another attempt. Makes contact, but gets it. Were you surprised there was no foul call there?
Yeah, that was a big. There's a lot of big calls that could have been called and off, but that was a 50-50 ball.
And you see Murray hits a three. Now the lead is 13, and Austin Reaves tries to go for a three. He passes up the opportunity. But look at that shot right at the buzzer. Nice shot there by Morris.
Yeah, Shake Milton with a good night as well with more than 15 points off the bench.
Here's Jokic on the layup. Lakers too late. Now it's 13. Later on in the third. Check this out. A rare turnover, and here come the Lakers. They're going for it all, and they hit it. It looks like that's Bronny again. Or I'm sorry, that's Milton. Milton with the basket and the foul. It's now in a 9-point game. Look at the passing there by Denver, partner. Another three by Murray.
Yeah, the Lakers didn't quit and they kept fighting and they
Later
kept the
on,
Nuggets on their toes all game.
yeah, later on it's a 6-point deficit, but increased to 8 now thanks to that last layup there by Braun. This was a high-scoring third period, partner. What about that?
Yeah, a lot of scoring after that halftime.
Meanwhile, Koloko on the dunk. It's now a 3-point game, and here come the Lakers. He's Knecht, passes Russell Westbrook, and he takes the layup. Now, check this out, a 1-point game, partner, as we start the fourth period. Later on, they take the lead for the first time in a while since the first quarter. Knecht hits a layup. It's now a 3-point Laker lead. How about, yeah, you mentioned the Lakers. What a job they did despite being shorthanded.
Yeah, and I was hoping they were gonna take it away, but as we get to the highlights, it was still a back and forth in that fourth quarter, which was a great game.
You see Vanderbilt with the effort on the rebound, and Reaves throws up the three. And how about that? He just hits it up, and they take the lead again.
Yeah, that three made them hit that over 30 points once again.
Later on, the Lakers go up by 3. Vanderbilt passes it. They go back to Morris, who he hits a three. Nice ball passing there. Now they're up by 4. And here, this is the point where I thought the Lakers were going to run away with it. Check out Reeves' shot right there.
Yeah, use the back glass, great shot.
Here's Jokic later on fourth quarter. The little bump that gets it in. It's now a 4-point game. But Lakers miss an opportunity to go up more. And Denver on the fast transition offense partner. We've seen this all night. Porter Jr. with the dunk.
Yeah, and a tough miss shot by Austin Reaves after making a contested shot last one.
Porter with another layup, and they tie the game at 113. 4 minutes in the game, Lakers are up by 1. Denver looking for the lead. They get it. This was a back and forth the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it came down to the wire for sure.
You see the three by Murray, who gets the Nuggets up by 3. But Lakers try to answer back. But look, the turnover. And guess what happens? Yabba Dabba Braun takes it in, and with a little bit of expression, they go up by 5. Lakers still refuse to go away. Here's Knecht for 3, partner. Check that out. He
Yeah,
answers back with
Connect
a
for
3.
a
It's
big
now
night as
2-point
well.
game. Later on, it's a 4-point game. Look at the ball movement. And another 3 there. That one was by Goodwin. It's a 1-point game. Lakers, partner, this is where I figured the game was going to change. Reaves takes it all the way in, and they give the Lakers a 1-point lead. And I thought the momentum was LA, but I was wrong.
Yeah, you can never count out the Denver Nuggets, especially with a full healthy starting rotation.
Connect with the dunk, and he takes a massive shot to the head, though. He fell awkwardly, and he stayed in the game, though, but very fortunate it wasn't a serious injury.
Yeah, that was a small scary moment in which he hit his head and he was grabbing his knee, but everything fine with him.
Jokic with the hit and the foul. Now here we go, the last few seconds of the game. Murray tries to go for the 3, and he puts it up, partner. The winning 3.
Yeah,
Murray hits a 3.
that was a big three by Murray, and he's known for those.
Last chance by the Lakers, but it's picked up by guess who? A former Laker, Russell Westbrook. He sticks it to his team partner. And how about that? A humiliation as the Lakers, despite being shorthanded, they give it their very best. But they go down tonight 131 to 126. Lakers now 4-game losing streak going down south right now. As of tonight, the Lakers have dropped to the 5th seed. And just a couple of days ago, about a week ago, this team was in the 2nd seed. My, how times have changed, doesn't it, partner?
Yeah, that shows you how competitive that Wild West Conference and the Western Conference is, because it's tough. Now the Lakers are in 5th, and the Warriors are catching up.
Yeah, and only 4 Lakers in double figures. Reaves, 37 points, very impressive by Austin Reaves. He played majority of the game, 39 minutes. And then you have Knecht, 32 points in 37 minutes. Goodwin has 10 points. He played 34. And then the last person on the double figure list is Milton off the bench. He played 28 minutes. So that bench got a lot of minutes in with the exception of Reddish, but even Bronny James got some time, 16 points. He scored 5 points. So everybody on uniform played, as JJ Redick said earlier tonight. For the Nuggets, just another day in the job here. We talked about Jokic. He had a great game, 28 points, 8 of 16 from the field. A lot of his points came from the free throw line, and he played 38 minutes. Murray, 26 points, the winning 3. He was 5 of 9 from 3 tonight. And then you see Brown with 22 points and 35 minutes. And then you see Russell Westbrook, the ex-Laker, who took it to his team with that game-sealing dunk in the final seconds. Lakers will now travel home, take on the the Phoenix Suns, Sunday night at Crypto.com. So now we go to this, to that. And after the game, Coach JJ Redick didn't like the loss, but he was very impressive by his shorthanded team.
Odds, you find a way to go up 3 in that final minute. You've seen how Denver ends up scoring so many times, but how do you balance the emotions there of kind of being proud of the effort and the energy, and then nonetheless feeling the sting of the loss at the end?
Yeah, I'm proud of the group for their level of fight and resiliency, particularly not getting off to a great start there in the second half. Our transition defense was pretty bad from the first 6 minutes on. And then, fighting back and taking the lead. There's a lot we could have done better, but, the group competed tonight and gave ourselves a chance to win.
You said you're not sure exactly when you'll start to get bodies back, but the spirit, can you carry that out of this game as now you start to add a few guys back in and try to reclaim the not necessarily the winning streak you were on, but just that level of play again?
Yeah, the spirit was great. I think it's been that and will continue to be that. And I think it was a good opportunity for a number of guys to play bigger minutes. minutes, and Shake in particular, Christian defensively in the second half was awesome. So happy for those guys that they played well.
JJ, people who've been around Austin like yourself, like us, like know his level of competitiveness, but what did you kind of make of his performance and his toughness tonight?
Yeah, I mean, certainly asked a lot of him on the second night of a back-to-back, not just the 40 minutes, but just the vast majority of playmaking duties. And I thought he did an outstanding job. And again, I hate to keep using the word organization, but when we were very intentional and organized about what we were doing, I thought we created some fantastic offense.
When you brought Jordan Goodwin back from this team on a two-way after he was with you in training camp, did you have a sense he could be this player for you? Like,
yeah.
What gave you that sense? Because there's been a handful of performances.
I don't know the exact date he joined our preseason gym, but what would have happened sooner had he not hurt his hamstring. The coaching staff was all fighting for him.
How's Dalton after the fall?
His back and head apparently are okay. I guess he cramped on takeoff.
That was J.J. Redick, coach of the Lakers. He also mentioned that he gave an update on Knecht's contact with the floor. And again, when he went for the dunk, he landed on his head awkwardly wrong. And partner, like I said earlier during the highlight reel, very, very fortunate that it wasn't an injury because the team's already been hit with a lot of injuries. I don't think they can afford another one tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. Even though the Lakers lost tonight, but man, we saw something special with Austin Reaves and Dalton Knecht. They both had great games, and with their three starters out. And I had another fun fact. Jokic single-handedly shot more free throws than the Lakers, and that was big. In which he had 28 points, and the Nuggets had over 30 free throws, which are free points for them.
Yeah, we mentioned, I think we talked about this last night after the loss to Milwaukee, that he was going to be a big factor in this game, and boy, he was, scoring 28 points and pretty much out free throwing the Lakers. But it was a valiant effort. It was an incredible effort. Dalton and Austin combined for 69 points of those 128 points. But it's very, very encouraging to see that, despite being put in the corner, everyone figured the Lakers were going to go down big tonight. They figured this was going to be a blowout. I mean, we even talked about it before the game that, I'm not sure if if they should forfeit or not, but I tell you, they came out and they actually won. And, we go back to that throw in the last possession. I think the Lakers, I don't know, I believe they had a timeout left, partner. I don't know why not call that timeout and try to maybe inbound again, because it felt like they were trying to inbound that fast.
Yeah, they were playing fast for a minute, but that tells you the experience when you only have a couple role players, bench players playing the game, and you got to contribute. So it's a tough one for them, but you got to give them props for what they competed tonight.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to like point blame or come up with excuse or anything like that, but I just felt like when I saw that, I was like, call your timeout. You got one timeout left. It's a tie game. The worst thing that could happen is either we go to overtime or Denver gets one more shot. So I'm pretty sure Coach Redick is going to be looking at that saying, man, I should have called a timeout because he had one timeout left prior to that inbound.
The turnover one when Westbrook took
Yeah,
it.
so the one that sealed it pretty much.
Yeah, that was a tough one. They could have got the game closer, but at that point, I think it was over. That Jamal Murray three pretty much put it away. And there's a lot of miscues in which the Lakers could have scored in that fourth quarter that would have brought their lead more than 3 points, 4 points after that Reeves bank shot off the backboard. But yeah, tough one for them as they drop four in a row now.
Yeah, update standings right now. We're gonna go ahead and give you. Let's see if we can get you an update on the standings. But it's it's very tough to see this team go down um, after a hard fought battle against the Nuggets. And again, everyone figured this was going to be a blowout. I mean, how many of us said it was going to be a blowout? I'm pretty sure a lot of us wouldn't raise our hands because I mean, let's face it. You're playing the top team. You're short on players. Your top players are not playing. I mean, I don't know about that, but looks like Dalton Knecht actually did speak after the game. Let's hear what he had to feel about tonight's game.
It did look like it took some pretty good impact on your back there, but you said that part feels okay.
Just ice and then maybe a massage in the morning.
So Dalton, after you make that dunk, you guys go up 3 and have a chance to, with this improbable win, down 6 key guys, right? That Denver's fully healthy. How do you balance the pride in making it that close? You guys all playing well, and then kind of the disappointment of them executing out the stretch and getting a win.
Yeah, just like you said, they executed, and we were short on guys, and we fought through that. They was up 10, they went on their runs, and we came right back, made the game close right away, and we just went out there and played our part, and they just executed at the end. So just gotta watch film and learn.
Austin said he told you every time you want to shoot. If you need, if it's 35 shots, go ahead. He wanted you to really feel that. What did he specifically say to you? What did you kind of take from that, and how do you feel like you played in the game with that mindset?
Yeah, AR tells me all the time. He texts me throughout my college career and gave me advice. And now we're on the same team. He's been pretty much my main vet I can go to and talk to all the time, and he has my back 100%. So having a guy like that, he almost had 40, almost had a triple double. So having a guy like that to help me and to be super confident in me, means a lot.
And just give you a friendly stat for Dalton Knecht, that's his second career 30-point game. He had 32 points tonight, partner. But we said this already a few times. We're very glad that he's fortunate that he's okay, that no serious injury to his back. He's gonna get looks like he'll get an ice and a massage in the morning.
Yeah, he's still young. He's his body will heal quicker than normal for sure. So he should be fine for Sunday. But we'll see if any news come out for Rui or the other key starting players to come back besides LeBron, because I feel like LeBron still has another 2 weeks to come back.
Well, the injury he suffered was going to be a 1 to 2 week. So LeBron is going to probably be out for another week. And based on his age, I'm pretty sure certain is going to be another week before he comes back. So the real question is, can they get other guys back and maybe start trying to handle damage control before things get worse? Because again, the last thing you want is to fall out of that top spots, the top 6, and then having to go through the playing tournaments.
Yeah, for sure. Their goal is not to be in that play-in tournament. That'll be crucial for them, especially how the injuries are going right now.
Nah,
But
honestly, in all honest truth, it's just straight up suicide if they go and play in tournament.
yeah, so they have to do their best, but it's tough right now since a lot of injuries are key for them. And we'll see what's next for them on Sunday versus the Phoenix Suns. It's a 12:30 afternoon start, early
Yeah, it's gonna
morning.
be Sunday 12:30, but at least they'll be off tomorrow. They should be back in LA, so hopefully they'll be able to at least get some treatment, some rehab for their injured players, and hopefully maybe we'll have some players back. Hopefully Donick will play on Sunday. But let's go back out to Denver and get you some more reactions on tonight's game.
Emotions of getting this great energy and effort from guys that don't always get to play a ton and having a good chance to win the game versus kind of the disappointment of Denver coming back and winning down the stretch.
There's no moral victories or anything like that. We played a game to win the game, so guys are disappointed. At the same time, got a lot of guys were also was an opportunity for some guys to get in there and play. And I think above all else, we just wanted to show that we could play hard and play together and give ourselves a fighting chance. Thank you.
individually, I'm sure it's difficult to come in and try to find a rhythm when you're only getting a couple shots up, right, in a minor bench role. What was it like for you today to just get a couple more minutes, get a chance to get some shots up, find a rhythm, and kind of show what you can do in that way?
I felt good. I mean, this is what you prepare for, whether you're playing or not, is constantly putting work in to be ready for whatever opportunity you get. And tonight I just try to go out there and be aggressive and have fun, honestly. Like, blood is game, so, just go out there and have fun, try to win.
I'm sure you mentioned no moral victories, but it did feel like recapturing some of that, like, kind of frantic energy this team has played with is important. Did you feel like after this road trip, particularly the Brooklyn game, that you guys needed to really get back to playing sort of your style?
I think a little bit. Personally, I feel like, we didn't play with a lot of juice this trip. I think, tonight we definitely play with more juice, and you could definitely see that energy and feel that energy throughout the bench and stuff like that. So I think being able to bottle that up and take that back to LA and, really hit the ground running, because we got a couple sets of back-to-backs coming up as well. So I think for us, that's important to be able to go out there and feel it, see what it feels like, and bottle it up and continue doing it.
I don't know if there are too many people outside of this locker room that would have thought coming into tonight with 6 rotation players out for the Lakers, you guys be up by 3 in the last 30 seconds against the Nuggets. What was the belief level coming into it for this group?
I mean, you definitely believe. Everybody in here knows what they're capable of and believes in one another. And, guys are itching for an opportunity for, you get an expanded role, and, it's all about playing hard and playing together. And I think that message is echoed throughout the locker room. And so when we go out there, we know we're, moving as one unit. And anytime you're doing that in this league, you can have a fighting chance.
That was Shake Milton, who played tonight with all the injuries, and a very crucial situation here for LA as we take a look at their next home games, and they have a set of back-to-back games as well. I believe they got back-to-back games coming up, but tomorrow or Sunday they'll take on the Suns. That's a 12:30 game. That's a national televised game, so that game will be on ABC. And then Monday they'll play the San Antonio Spurs at 7:30, and then Wednesday they'll take on the Nuggets on the rematch. Also, another back-to-back Thursday they'll take on the Bucks and another rematch, and then on next Saturday they'll take on the Chicago Bulls here in LA. And partner, let's get down to it. I know they got some back-to-back games, but fortunately that they're going to be here at home. So does this give them an advantage to at least maybe get some wins in before this squad becomes healthy again?
Yeah, I could see them get a couple wins from this home advantage as they get back to LA. They have one of the best home records in the NBA's top 5, so I think they should be okay. But there's that Nuggets and Milwaukee game are the toughest ones, in which if they take one of those 2 games, I feel like they should be good. But it depends on the health of the other players who will be playing or not. I feel like Luka's gonna 100% play Sunday's game, but we'll see how the other role players kick in.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. But out of this schedule, I think I can see the Lakers beating the Spurs. Spurs are a good team, but now they lost DeAndre Fox for the season, so they're shorthanded on one of their best players. I could see that be a pivotal win there. If Luka Doncic does come back, if they get more players back, I think they can beat Denver. I don't know about Phoenix. It'll depend on who's going to be available Sunday. So maybe that could be chalked up as a loss, but I can see them being Denver at home. They'll have the home court advantage and the momentum. I think they'll get payback on Milwaukee. I think they can start getting some wins in here with these teams. You play the teams that you're supposed to beat, you should win, but they still got some ways up now. They're gonna have to find a way to climb their way back up into that second spot in the Western Conference. With Oklahoma running away with it, there's no chance they'll catch up with the rate that things are right now.
Yeah, partner. Out of that 5, I think they just take the Spurs and the Bulls. The other teams are a tough one as of now. Depends on any injury updates coming into Sunday morning.
Yeah, again, Sunday we'll know who will be available. It's undecided right now.
But so far, it seems like Lakers still have a chance to hit that top four in the seeding with their rest of their schedule looking like. Because
Yeah,
top four teams get home court in the playoffs.
yeah, that's true. The top four will get a home playoff game. But let's see, the Lakers will be one of those teams. But again, Lakers fall tonight in Denver. A tough loss for them, but they managed to hang on. And again, a valiant effort by LA. After the game, Austin Reaves he gave his feelings on tonight's game.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to win, and regardless of who you take the floor, we feel like we could, win, and we win, put ourselves in a good position to do that. And, you know, I missed a midi with probably 28 seconds left, and to go up to, they come down. Kind of went to what they went through the last 2-3 minutes, and Dalton got on the high side because we were fronting with Jokic and kind of walked him up, held him into the screen, and Jamal got a wide open three and made it. So, losing sucks, but I'm happy with what these guys done like they did tonight.
I know you're focused on the team and the result and everything, but you've shown now pretty consistently you can carry a much bigger load when needed. LeBron missed the game a couple weeks ago. Tonight, no LeBron or Luka. How just the confidence that you have in your own individual game? How has that grown over the years?
I think I've weirdly been confident for a long time. It's just being on the stage for the world to see. But I tell you all the time, I just try to play the game the right way. When shots fall, it looks good. When shots don't fall, it actually to kill me. So, everybody in the locker room, did what they had to do to win, and unfortunately we didn't get it done. But they made it easy for me out there, just putting me in the right positions. Second night of back to back, you guys had 3 starters back in there that I heard. A handful of rotation players here that weren't playing. Why was it important to play? Like, what is it about competition that? I mean, basketball is just fun. I'd be lying to you if I said that at some point between, before the game and last night when everybody was, trying to figure out if they were playing or not. And for a second, I was like, we got how many rotation guys? Braun, Jax, Rui, Doe, Gabe, Luka. Like, it's a lot of guys out. They told me to go play, so I go play.
All right, that was Austin Reaves giving his perception of what happened tonight, partner. How do you feel his confidence is with the performance that he put up tonight?
Yeah, I think his confidence gave even the extra boost this year after being signed as an undrafted free agent in 2021 with the Lakers. This year is his year to shine, especially with all these injuries. He was showing a little bit of his skills last year with LeBron and him on the court, but this year is his time to shine, and he's pretty much the only veteran. Well, not the veteran, but he's the key role player for the
He
Lakers.
plays like a veteran.
Yeah, he has a little skills in him. I like the way he plays, the way he gets all the contact and the ones on the offensive side and his defense. Can't forget about his defensive side that contributes in the game a lot.
Lakers fall 131, 126 tonight in Denver. They've now lost 4 in a row, and they'll be back on Sunday to take on the Phoenix Suns. Again, that game is at 12:30. We do want to kind of move gears along here. During the Lakers game, there was a breaking news story that broke out of Oklahoma City. ESPN's Shams Charania reports that the NBA is investigating the Oklahoma City Thunder for a potential violation of the league's player participation policy which sources confirmed to him at ESPN. The game that's under review is the Thunder's win against the Trailblazers back on March 7th, which was just a couple of days ago or a week ago, in which the OKC Thunder's starting five of Gilius, Alexander, Williams, Holmgren, Dort, and Hardenstein, as well as Wallace, they all sat out of that game. And for Gilius Alexander, it was just the second game that he missed this season. Somehow, without those top players, they were able to beat the Blazers 107-89. Even Jalen Williams got his first triple-double in the NBA. Aaron Wiggins led that game with 30 points. So far, the investigation is ongoing. There has been no other comment from the NBA or the Thunder or the Blazers in regards to this situation. As many of you may not know, this week the Jazz were fined $100,000 for sitting their star player Lauri Markkanen for multiple games. Also, in a developing story, the NBA is also looking into the 76ers for the recent absence of players such as Paul George, who's been dealing with a knee, a back, and a finger issue, and Tyrese Maxey, who's been dealing with a back and a finger. Right now, the Thunder are at 54-12. They got the best record in the Western Conference and just about near with the Cleveland Cavaliers. But the Sixers are having a bad year, sitting at 22-44. Partner, I just want to get your view on this. What's your take as far as this participation policy? Is it fair to enforce, even with the worst teams with the worst record?
At this point, the NBA is closely monitoring everything, and I think they're gonna start finding a lot of teams that are gonna do that now, because it's been going on for a couple of years now in the NBA. As they say, the injury management, or as they rest a lot of starters when they play meaningless teams when they're already in first place, stuff like that, like the OKC situation. But as you could tell, that's 3 teams already that are about to get investigated. I'm not surprised if more start coming in by the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to enforce. I mean, look, for OKC, it's tough because they got the best record, but at the same time, you still have to play basketball. I mean, you get a game check every day.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Imagine, for an example, as a fan, let's say you buy your ticket months prior, and it's game night, and your favorite star doesn't play, or he's rested for the night. That's from a fan perspective.
Yeah, I think when this first came out, I felt that Charles Barkley was the one that kind of spoke out against it. He was against this whole thing, but still, I mean, I see it like this: you're an athlete, you play, you get paid. It's just like the same thing as us. We got jobs, we got to go to work, we got to earn a paycheck because we got to feed our families, but we still got to go to work. That's how you get your paycheck, by going to work. NBA players, they got to just go to work by playing. I know there's risks and injuries, but at the end of the day, it's your job. You have to go to work. You have to play. That's how you get your paychecks. I get resting. Because here's a pro and a con. When you rest your players, you're getting them healthy and you're getting them ready. I mean, look what's going on with the Lakers right now. All these injuries have climbed up in the past 3 days, and they're on a losing streak. So is it fair to say, you gotta play, or is it fair for the NBA to even investigate why these guys are missing time?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I wonder what the NBA could do. Yeah, they fined the Jazz 100,000, but I'm not sure they could do more. They could suspend people, or they could lose a draft pick, or maybe even lose home advantage. But you never know what the NBA they would do. But we'll see what happens with that. That's a lot of breaking news that happened tonight with the OKC. The other two teams were already getting investigated.
Yeah, again, no comment from the Thunder and no comment from the Blazers as of tonight as this story broke. This story broke during the Lakers game against the Nuggets. But we wanted to report it to you, just in case no one was aware of it. Also, like we mentioned earlier, the Sixers are also being investigated for a related matter. But again, I don't know if they should even enforce it on them because they're not doing well. I mean, I can see why they're going after the Thunder because they got the best record, but still, I mean, it's a pro and a con. Even the players were against it. I think LeBron spoke about against this. I mean, because you need time to heal when you're injured. I mean, you look at what he's going through. He's 40 years old and he's playing like he's in his 20s, but the body is coming down. And now because of it, he's gonna miss at least 2 weeks. And guess who pays for it? His teammates, his team. They work hard. They went on an 8-game win streak. Now the injury bugs bite them. Now they lost 4 straight. They lost 3 spots in the NBA standings in just a week, in the past week. How often do you see that?
Yeah, not much. When you go on a slump, you use your superstar. Things like that are bound to happen.
I'm sure we're going to have more talks about this as the time goes, but for now, we're going to go ahead and put it to rest as we wrap up our post game show here on this Friday night. Again, the Lakers lose a close one in Denver tonight, 131-126. Valiant effort with 6 players out. Almost everyone that suited up played. Even Bronny James made an appearance tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to get more advanced into the system, and who knows, maybe the torch will be passed to him just soon. But again, the Lakers will be back here in LA on Sunday. They'll take on the Suns at 12:30, and they'll have 2 back-to-backs this week. So, but they're at home, so it shouldn't be an issue. And before we start closing up, part of I want to get your final thoughts on tonight's game.
A great effort. Shorthanded Lakers competed hard, nearly won at the end, but a few miscues caused them to lose the game. They dropped to the 5th seed as the Rockets go all the way to the 5th, 6th seed, now to the 3rd seed as they're on the 5-game winning streak. And Grizzlies are even above the Lakers at this point. So we'll see what the Lakers could bring on Sunday on primetime game at 12:30 afternoon Pacific time. And another great episode once again, and hope to see you for post game on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be back Sunday night for a recap of the game. Just one more question though: Is this like a must-win game for them? Is the season on the line right now this Sunday against the Suns?
No, I think they still have I don't think it's a must win because I think the next day they play the Spurs, which we talked about last episode. They lost both of their superstars to surgery, ending. Yeah, it's pretty much season-ending surgery. So I think the Lakers should get that victory, and I wouldn't be surprised if Luka rests on Sunday as well.
Well, I don't want to really jinx it because we figured the Lakers were going to beat the Nets in Brooklyn. That didn't happen. So I kind of want to not be too confident on this one because again, that's why they play the game. You got to go out there and play the game first. It doesn't come with predictions. You have to go out there and play the full 60 minutes. But we'll go ahead and leave it at that. And again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in on this Friday night, this cold, rainy Friday, almost Friday evening. 131, 126, the final again. We'll be back Sunday night for a recap show. We'll get you the reaction from the main stars and Coach JJ Redick as the Lakers take on Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns and partner. You can go ahead and wrap up with our famous words every night.
Another day, another podcast.
And in case you did miss this episode, we will have the episode streaming later on tonight on Podbean, iHeart, Spotify, and our YouTube channel. You can go back and watch if you missed tonight's episode, but we want to thank everyone for watching. Everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you Sunday after the Sun game. Good night.